Welcome, my name is Vicki Haspels. I'm the Conscious Mystic and this is a weekly forecast. The weekly forecast is a weekly forecast of the week ahead using my tarot cards, the Mythic Tarot. And I give you some guidance based on the cards that I pull. I haven't pulled any yet, so I'm shuffling and talking to you. I'm going to pull some cards in a minute. We're going to look ahead using the meaning of the tarot and the meaning of the cards in the particular spread. A nice little story and narrative that comes along from the spread that I use. I was going to apologise for last week. The audio and video was not fabulous, so I didn't put it up on YouTube. I did pop it up on Facebook, but it was just, ugh, so just ignore that. I think it was a pretty challenging week anyway, so anyway, hope you had a good one. We are now coming out of the Mercury retrograde, even though it's over. It ended on October 2nd, but from the reading that I've done, it's still going to affect us until October 16th. So there's that bit of an overlap while things start to right themselves and sort themselves out. So this is for week commencing October 10th, 2022. And we're going to start, as I said, I've been shuffling the cards, so we're going to pull out 6 cards. 1, 2, 3. Not on the road at the moment, by the way. I'm actually sort of stationary. I'm traveling between cities, still catching up with people and doing all those things before we head off on my next big trip, which starts in January next year. If you are inclined, hop over to my website because I've got an exciting new program up called the Conscious Mystic. I'll pop some details in the blurb in the post, but otherwise it's a fabulous new program that I've got, and excited to bring it to you. It's going to be an ongoing mentoring. Let's learn, let's heal, let's channel and grow from the spiritual practices that brought me to here. Okay, so we're starting off. This is, as I said, for Monday commencing October 10th, 2022. The first card that we're looking at is where we're at, and we're with the Hermit. So the Hermit represents, like the Hermit, the position that the Hermit's in is the conscious self. So this is the known part of who we are. So even if we're not aware of it, when I start telling you what this represents, and you'll start to recognize this is where you're at. So that the Hermit is that consolidation of what we know about ourselves. We've been through a lot. We've actually learned a lot of things and moved through a lot of core trauma, if you like, and we're at the other side, and it's the wisdom that we brought with us that we are now bringing to the fore and bringing to the forefront. And we must walk with the Hermit while this is happening. And the Hermit provides like a little bit of a cushion around us. So that means that there feels like a bit of a disconnect between us and the world, us and our friends, us and the things that mean something to us. They haven't gone away. We just feel disconnected from them. So just expect that sort of a weird feeling, and it'll be like we are of the world but not part of the world. And the Hermit allows us and gives us that cushion while we consolidate the wisdom that we've gained, and we bring it into our everyday life. We see how it works, we see how we are with it, because we must have that gap too, so that we feel okay with it. And then when that starts to feel normal within ourselves and we feel okay, the rest of the world can start, will join the rest of the party, and it can come in closer to us. But while we're working with the Hermit, that gap must remain. It gives us a breathing space, and it gives us like thinking space and feeling space, so that we're not overwhelmed with everything else as well. Life still goes on, by the way. We're not cut off from life. It's just that weird feeling where we're not of life. Well, we're of life but not part of it. Okay, so the next card we're looking at is the unconscious self, or how our guides are working with us. So we have the Ace of Cups is at play here. So our guides and our soul self is bringing in the wisdom of the Ace of Cups, which means that it's, while we're in the empty space of the Hermit, it is like a bit of a vacuum, and the Ace of Cups allows us to see what gives us passion, what is it that we love to do. So to me, the Ace of Cups is about following our soul path, our passion, following what it is that we love to do. And the bubble that the Hermit provides us gives us that space to recognize it for what it is. So our guides will be showing us. So please, whatever happens this week and something pops up and you think, oh, really wish I could do that, I'd love to do that, that's our soul or our guide saying, hey, give this a go, because we've actually got the time and the space to do that. We've got the bubble to test it out without having anything else getting in the way. So, give it a go. So the next card we're looking at is the challenge. We have this card here, the Four of Cups. The challenge is to not let like the naysayers in, or I think sometimes they have our best interest at heart, but the Four of Cups is not always a pleasant card, in that it's not jealousy, but when we are moving forward in our spiritual journey, and we may have to sometimes, which is what the Hermit represents, may have to leave some people behind, or we move forward from them. We're in a different, we end up in a different, I suppose, vibration or frequency space. Then the Four of Cups comes into play, because they'll want to pull us back. When we move forward, other people get frightened because they can see that they are being left behind. And sometimes people are not, our friends, family, they're not ready to do that type of self-awareness work that we've done. And so they will get scared because they can see us moving away. We're not really moving away, but it looks like we are. And so they will start to want to pull us back. So the challenge for this week is to not let that sort of negative talk pull us back into that old way of thinking. Now let me put I suppose a little bit of a disclaimer in there, is that when we've done the work, if that door shut, we cannot go back into that. We can have an illusion of being back in there, but nothing will ever be the same again. So even if we've got people who are a little bit negative wanting to pull us back in, and we might try to appease them, because we're also a bit scary about leaving that behind, nothing ever feels the same. So no matter what we try and do, no matter what we try and adjust, if you like, or people please, it's not going to work. So but the Four of Cups shows us where that's happening, so we get to make a choice about if we want to stand still, because we don't have to move forward if we don't want to, but we can't go backwards. We can only stand still. So the negativity that is around will be highlighted, and I think sometimes it's a bit disappointing when that happens, because we say, oh, I thought that you supported me, I thought that I thought this situation supported me. And when it's exposed for what it is, we do get a bit disillusioned and disappointed, but we also have the compassion for ourselves and everything else in our life to say, you know what, that's okay. Now I know, and now I can make that decision. Now now you can make that decision, eyes wide open. Okay, so the next card I'm looking at is they fell on the floor. Okay, the next card we're looking at is our response. How are we going to respond to this? Oh, I talked about choices, right? There we go. So because I love this, it's because our guide and spirit and soul and everything is saying, hey, what about this? We are going to do that. We are going to make that choice and step into those fun things that we love to do. In other words, there is a smorgasbord of fun things to try out, and we are going to do that. You're going to do that. I'm going to do that. So expect all those fun things to be out there. It's like being in a lolly shop. I'm going to try that, and I'm going to try that, and I'm going to try that, and it'll be there for us to try. There'll be all the things that are available to us. It doesn't mean to say that everything is going to be on the cards or on the table. It's just those things that resonate with our vibration. They'll be ready and available, and it won't just be one thing. It'll be lots of things. The 7 represents choice. 7 of Cups represents the choice that's out there. It's like, I'm excited, because that means that I get to, and you get to try things out and just have a bit of fun with it. So this week, the response is just to have a bit of fun. Give it a go. We're not playing for sheep stations here, as we say in Australia. We're not landing and saying we're doing this for the rest of our lives. It's just having a bit of fun. So that's what is on in store for us, or on the table for us. And I love that. It means that it's a fun time. It's not heavy going and having to make a choice about something really dire or heavy. No, have fun. Do it. Go for it. So whatever comes up, and the way forward is clear, and it looks like it's going to be for you and align with your heart, values and principles, just do it, right? Okay, so what does this leave us for our future? What is our possible future? Ooh, I love it. Judgment. So the Judgment card suggests that when we try the fun things, we will know for sure what direction we want to head in. So in other words, this week is going to open us up to new opportunities, new passion. Try this, try that, try this. When the way is clear and we go into it and it's like, yeah, I can do that. No pushing back at things that you can't do. It's only when the way is clear. The 7 will only show us the clear way of moving forward. We get to then say, do I want that? No. Or do I want that? Yes. So the opportunity and the energy and the vibration is available for us to just say, okay, this is what I want to do. Because the Judgment card represents a detached or objective, a viewpoint. So in other words, we'll get to say, oh, I love this. Can this fit into my life? Well, yes, it can. And you won't be making a judgment based on emotion, or you'll be making a judgment based on a soul's vibration, a vibrational energy that is good for you in a way that is going to take you forward and be satisfying and long term. So it's that box of chocolates, right? Open up that box of chocolates, have your selection, the ones that taste good, just do those ones. And then you get to make a decision, because the space will be an objective space. And I really think that that's because we are working with the Hermit. We have that bubble without any interference. Now, as I said, even me saying interference, there is interference in that. The challenge will be the 4 of Cups. But again, it's not even interference. It's just exposing those sort of negative influences around us, and we get to make a choice about what we want to listen to, and make a choice about who and what and how we want to move forward, what we're going to take with us. Again, Judgment cards are going to help us with that too. I want to take you, I don't want to do you. So it's really very clear. The way I see it, the way forward is clear, and the only I suppose the negative aspect of it is if you or I want to say, no, I just want to do the really hard things the impossible way, and when it falls over and falls down and doesn't work, then I can say, that didn't work. No, Spirit is showing us the easy way this week, basically. And if you want to, or if I want to muck it up by taking the hardest route possible and saying, oh, that didn't work, well, that's on you and that's on me. I'm choosing the easy, fun way. So what does this mean for us spiritually? This means that we are finding our tribe. In other words, moving forward, doing the fun things, finding the vibrational shifts, objectively choosing a path and say, you know what? Yeah, this is exactly where I want to go, and what I want to do is going to open us up to our people, the people that resonate with our vibration, the people that match our values and our beliefs. We're going to find our group, our soul group. That it doesn't always have to be family or friends. It's time now to gather with those ones that lift us up and say, yeah, I see you. And they're going to say, yeah, I see you. So I guess in a way, our soul group is finding us, our soul group in this lifetime. By following this path and doing the things that are fun, of course you're going to recognize soul family. And that's what this is about. Spirit is saying, hey, if you're feeling a bit lost, if you're feeling a bit lonely, especially with the Hermit working in our energy field, we're going to find and recognize our soul family and our soul friends and our soul group. And we can only do that by following our heart, following our passion. And you know what? Those fun things are going to be on the table and on display. Like a box of chocolates is opening up. So yeah, I'm going to have one of those and just give it a go. I'm really excited. I'm super excited about connecting with people and connecting with situations that resonate with me. And you know, all of my work is online. So meeting people in person and meeting people online and finding that group of people that resonates with me, not only my friends, but also inviting new souls into that space, I'm super excited about, because that's what I love about doing this work, is finding like-minded people, lifting them up, and they lift me up at the same time as well. Okay, that's for the weekly forecast for week commencing October 12th, 2022. My name's Vicki Haspels. I'm the Conscious Mystic. Have a lovely week with love from me to you. Mwah. Bye. See you guys next week with love from me. Mwah.